Now, okay, everyone. So welcome to the LinkedIn training. Thank you for coming along today. This is a two-part course. Today, we are going to be digging deep into exactly what to do in order to make your LinkedIn profile as good as it can be, professional and client attractive. So today, it's all about the profile, quite a lot of filling out of categories. But the point is, if your profile is professional, it will position you in your market without you having to do really any more work on it. So this is all very hands-on. We're going to be doing the exercises together. We'll do it at the speed of the slowest. And it doesn't matter if you're brand new to LinkedIn or if you've got a profile that you've been using for a while. This is about really getting you up there so that it will help you attract customers. So that's week 1. So we're on from 10 until 1 today. And then next Tuesday, 10 until 1 again. But now we've got a good profile, what we're going to do in week 2 is show you how to reach out to people, how to engage with people, and how to post and how to get people to come towards you and do business through it. And those of you who don't know me very well, my background is sales. I did 7 years direct sales in Xerox. Then I ran a college for 17 years where I headed up the sales and marketing team, and I trained, recruited, and monitored the sales and customer service team there. And then in 2013, I set up as a sales trainer. So everything I do really is focused on helping you get business from LinkedIn. So today is the profile. Next week will be how to do business from it. So what are we going to cover today? So you should all have the handout. This is what we'll be covering today. So you might find it's a good idea to have this workbook open beside you so you can take notes. But the majority of it, I'm actually going to do just like this, and it will be on the screen, and I'm going to encourage you to go through with me. So there'll be a break about halfway through because this is quite intensive. So around about 11:30, we'll have a sort of 10-minute break. It is interactive. I would encourage you to ask questions as we go. Because it's important that you understand. Think of it more like a chat than a training session, okay? So without further ado, the first bit on your handout is this. Now, what I've encouraged you to do here is to go onto your LinkedIn profile and check your stats, because we're going to compare it next week and see how it goes up. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So what you need to do is, on the top right, can you see where it says me? Click on me and view your profile. So let's all do that together. And what you do is you scroll down, and then you see this bit called dashboard. Okay, this bit. And on here, you will see your statistics. So the top one is, the left one is who has viewed your profile. That's how many people have viewed your profile. The next one is post views. Mine says video views because I put a video up this morning. And then the next one is search appearances. And then the other thing that I've asked you to log here, there's a little rating of your profile. So it might say beginner or intermediate or all-star. Write down what your profile rating is. Okay. So just pop in the chat your 3 statistics. So if it was me, I'd put 646 stroke 87 stroke 303. Just pop in the chat what your stats are. And don't worry if they're bad. You're here to improve it. And don't worry if one of them is 0 or 2 of them is 0. It doesn't matter. Let's just see what you got. So pop them in the chat. Because I promise you, it's probably not as bad as you think it is. Okay. Well done, Amika. Look at you. Good, Kate. Well done.
Mine is so bad.
That's all right, Eliza. That's why you're here. We're going to work on it. Okay, well done, everyone. So we've got some views. Now, the other thing that I've asked you to do on the handout, I don't know if you can see it, but I have asked you to get your SSI score. and I'm going to show you how to get your SSI score. You're going to Google it. So I'm just going to open a new tab. And in Google search, you put SSI LinkedIn. That's all you do. And the top thing that comes up, will be SSI Solutions. You click on it. And here you can get your score for free. And when you click on it, something like this will come up. Does anyone want me to talk them through that again? All right, I'll do it one more time. So you go onto Google and you type in SSI LinkedIn. The top thing that comes up is the Social Selling Index SSI LinkedIn Sales Solutions. You click on it. And right in the middle, it says, get your score free. Ooh. Click on it, and it will come up with your SSI score. Now, mine is very high because I've used LinkedIn properly, accurately, and consistently for coming up to 10 years now, and I've worked really hard at getting it high. So don't worry if yours is not as high. But again, I'd just like you to write on your handout, but also pop it in the chat. What is your SSI score? Because I think this is going to go up quite a lot over the next week. Morgan 16, thank you. David 39, thank you.
Is it the one, the big circle?
Yeah.
Current social
So
selling
if you look on the handout, you see where I
oh yeah,
mine. It's so mine is 86 on that one. I've dropped a point.
Oh.
Thank you, Kate 21. Amica 54. Amica's good, and Eliza is 14. All right. So I really hope that if you write those scores down on your handout, I hope that by this time next week, all of those statistics will have gone up. But it's also a useful way of monitoring yourself. The SSI score, it just kind of shows how you compare to other people. And Amica, does yours say that you're something like the top 1% in your industry?
One that says industry SSI rank.
Yeah.
Top 7%.
Top 7%. Well done. So I suspect some of you are nowhere near that. Don't worry, we'll get there. But this is how you can measure how effective you're being on LinkedIn. And it's slightly a vanity metric in that it doesn't necessarily help you, but the better your SSI score is, the more people will see you. And that's what's important. Okay, any questions on what we've just done? All right, so let's crack on then and have a little look at LinkedIn. So what I'm going to do now is show you what all the different tabs are, just take you through the sort of structure of how LinkedIn works. So the first and most important thing, if you look at my screen, and you're very welcome to do the same on yours, the first thing is the search bar. So if you click on the search bar, you can search for names. So if I was to search for Amica, I'd type her name in, and there you are, up she pops. And don't worry, you're all going to get to see everybody's profiles as we go through. So the search bar is probably where you'll spend a lot of time. Okay. Now, if you want to get back to the home page, it's the little house thing. You can also get to your home page by clicking the LinkedIn icon. It's exactly the same. And what do you get in the home page? Well, it's the bit where the feed is. So it's the bit where the comments and other people's posts are. Also on the home page, you have kind of a brief summary of your profile. If you have other pages, they are here. And then on the right is sort of external stuff, so adverts, LinkedIn news, whatever. But if you want to go down the posts, you can just scroll down the posts and you'll see everything that's been going on in the feed. So that's home. So if you go to the next tab, which is My Network, this is who you're connected with. I'm just going to put this over here so I can use it. Right, so on the left, it shows you who you're connected with. So I've got quite a lot of connections. Teammates, that's people who work for Tadpole Training. Contacts, that's slightly different to connections. That's that includes people who follow me. So that figure is often higher because it's got followers as well. Then it shows how many people I follow, how many groups I'm in. Events, so I post events on LinkedIn. I'm not sure I'm going to do it much. I don't think I'll do it again because they're not very, I've had trouble with people actually logging onto the events I run. Pages, that's how many pages I follow. Newsletters, that's how many newsletters I follow, and hashtags 26. So you can choose to follow hashtags. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail with all of that today, but this is about helping you understand what is on LinkedIn. So probably the most important thing is your connections. Here, these are all the people that want to connect with me, and you can see at the top, 32 people have sent me connection requests, which I have yet to answer. I will. If you want to see who you're already connected with, and I'll do it for you now, you need to go into this button that says connection. So I'll do that for you now. Ooh, something's happened. This doesn't normally show up. Do you know what? I often get this on LinkedIn training. I'll go, hey, this is how this thing works. And then I click on it. It's completely different. So we're going to try that again. That's all right. That's what I was expecting. Okay, so if you click on your connections, what you'll find is that it will sort them in, it will default by date order. So can you see Daniela Fusecki? She connected with me 23 hours ago. And the further down you go, the older the connections are. But you can sort it by first name, for instance. So here, whoops, I can sort it. Oh, there we go. I thought it didn't make sense. So you see all the A's are popping up. I'm not going to do it, but you can also sort. Oh, LinkedIn, are you going laggy? Right, we can also sort by last name, or of course, we can search by name. So if I wanted to look at all the people called John, then all the people called John pop up. So that's a way of working out who your connections are. So that's all in the network tab. All right, so the next tab is jobs. We're not touching that. But to give you some background, LinkedIn was originally set up as a platform to help people find jobs. So if you are a business and you want to advertise a job on here, you can do it. And you get a lot of recruiters on here as well. But we're not going to touch that because it's not relevant to us. The next tab is messaging. So here, a bit like if you're familiar with Facebook, you have a summary down the left of all the messages that have come up. So Neil, I know his mum very well. He's a member of BNI. We keep not quite having a one-to-one, but he saw a post I did this morning and he reached out to me. So we will probably have a meetup, but you can go through all of your messages just by clicking on them. And these again are in date order. If you want to do a message, you see this little pencil thing here, you click on it. So if I want to send a message to Morgan, I'll type in Morgan's first name. Here it is. So now I can put a message. Oops, move that out of the way. And I literally just send a message. And that's how easy messaging is. All right, are we good so far? Is it all making sense? Cool. All right, so then let's go on to this thing with the bell, notifications. This is where I spend a lot of my time. If it's got a little red number on it like mine did, it means that either someone has commented or reacted to one of my posts, or a post I have commented or reacted on has had activity. So here we've got someone reacted to David Allen Taylor's post that mentioned you. So David tagged me in a post. So that's why I've got that notification. But this one is a reaction to the post that I put up this morning. I know Kate's seen it because Kate was kind enough to share it. So I'm not going to play it to you. You don't deserve that. But this is a LinkedIn Live that I put up this morning. And it's a bit weird LinkedIn Live because you can't see the comments real time. So we're going to move on very, very quickly. So here's a way of telling what's a new post and what's not. So you saw me just click on this notification. Can you see it's gone white? Whereas the blue ones are the ones that I've not yet looked at. And that helps you work out, well, what have I read? What have I not read? And because I'm on this training, there's several in the last few minutes that I've not reacted to yet. I'll try and get back to everything within about an hour. You don't have to do that. Okay. All right, next tab is me, my profile. Now, all of you, if you click on me, you'll see something like this come up. So again, it's a brief summary, but also in here, this is where you can change your settings. You can also create pages. So these are my other pages that I've got. And if you need to log out, that's where that is. Very quickly, let's all click on the thing that says view profile. We'll be coming back to this a lot. So to get to your profile, you always click on me and the bit that says view profile. And then it will go automatically to your profile. So we're going to be spending most of our time today in here, okay? But you need to know how to get it. All right, so let's move on finally to this box here. So you should all have a tab that says work with 9 dots above it. If you click on that, just move this out of the way. If you click on that, you probably won't go in here very often, but it's useful to know what's there. So if you're in recruitment, you can post a job. LinkedIn Learning is quite useful. There's a lot of free courses on there, so I'd recommend having a play with that. Insights is like news and special things that LinkedIn thinks you might be interested in. If you want to advertise using LinkedIn, you go here. Find leads, that's a function of Sales Navigator, which is one of the paid programs. Now, you are not going to need Sales Navigator. You are not going to need premium. You do not need them. They are expensive. For the size of your business, possibly, Eliza, you're the exception here because you work for many people. But most of you will not need Sales Navigator. I trialed it for 5 months and decided it wasn't worth the money. It's about 70 quid a month. So unless you're big and you've got a big sales team, it's probably not worth it. Then you've got groups. Now, groups are not as good as groups on Facebook, so I probably wouldn't recommend that you bother, but at least they exist. And Profinder and Salary are functions of the job and recruitment part of LinkedIn. So that is a very quick overview of what is in the tabs at the top. Any questions so far? And at any time, you're very welcome to put a question in the chat, by the way, if you don't want to interrupt me, and then I can answer that as I see it. All right, so let's have a look at a bit of a deep dive into how to connect with everyone. So all I want you to do now, you can see everybody's names. I want you all to connect with each other, and this is how you do it. You go into the search bar and you type in everyone's name. So let's find, there's Kate. So if you're not already connected to Kate, on mine I'm connected. So where it says message, you'll have connect button. All you've got to do is press connect. It will prompt you to do a message. We are in the same room as each other, so don't worry about it, just connect. So this morning I wasn't connected with Eliza, so let's see if I'm connected with Eliza now. No, I'm not. I think I've sent a connection request to Eliza. But all of you, and just type done in the chat when you finished. So David, it says you can't connect or message. All right, everyone, can we connect with David instead? We'll do it that way. How long have you had an account, David?
I've had it for quite a few years.
Right.
But I just can't connect to Kate.
You're special, Kate.
See? I wonder why that is.
So, Kate, can you connect with David instead? And everyone, just let me know when you've connected. Just put a yes in the chat when you've connected with everyone.
David Grove.
And what you all need to be on the lookout for now is in your My Network section. Can you see this tab? I've now got a 1 against it. So I don't know, it's possible it's Eliza, I don't know, but I'm going to go in there. There you are. Eliza accepted your invitation to connect. So that's how you will know if someone has connected with you. So
Can I just ask David, which David Grove?
It's
Right.
David G. Grove, so it's my
Uh-huh.
surname.
David G. Marketing assistant at Superstar Designs.
Yep.
there you are.
Excellent.
That is not you. Wow.
Oh yeah, no, I can't connect you. I can message you. But I can't connect.
What's it saying, Kate?
It just so David G. Grove comes up, but it just says message or more. Oh no, there we go. There's the connect and more.
Yeah, I was going to say, if any of you are struggling,
Oh, there we go.
if you look on the screen where it says more, oh, well, I've connected now, so that won't work. Okay, let me choose some random person that I'm not connected with. Let me choose John. There must be lots of Johns that I'm not connected with. Yeah, maybe that was a
There
bad
we
name
go.
to choose. Oh, I saw one. I saw one. Oh, there we go. Right, so let's take John Cottrell, for example. Now, I'm not going to press connect. Right, some people have got their settings in such a way that you can't connect, you can only follow. If you go into more, like Kate's just discovered, right, see, if it said follow here, it would say connect here. But as it says connect here, I've only got the choice of following here. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to confuse him. Right, how are we doing? Right, Amika, are you connected with everybody? Thank you. Eliza, are you connected with everybody? Yep. David, are you now connected with everyone? Yeah, Morgan? And Kate?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So we all now have, okay, and David's connected, yeah, okay. So that's going to be really helpful because we might want to flip between each other's profiles while we're on the training. So that's a good start. Okay, I like this. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look. If you look at the handout, the next thing we're going to look at is our photo and our banner. So the rule with the photo is that and this is the photo, it should be clear, it should be professional, and it should be recent. Right, this was a professional photo that I got taken in November. So it's professional because it was done by a professional. It is clear, you can see me, and it is recent because it was November. So we are now going to give everybody feedback on their profile picture. So let's have a look at Amika. What does everyone think? Is it clear? Is it professional? Is it recent? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Eliza, what do you think? Amika? Yay. Okay, Amika, you pass. Well done. All right, then. So now we're going to have a look at Eliza. So, is it clear? Is it professional? Is it recent? It's a beautiful picture, isn't it? But unless, and I know, Eliza, it's from your wedding and it is a beautiful picture, but it doesn't represent what you do on LinkedIn. So have you got an up-to-date photo that you could replace that with?
Yes, I can find one.
Okay, see if you can find one, because we want to try and do this before the end of the session today. So you quickly have a look and see if you can find one now. Okay, next we're going to do the ladies first. So let's do Kate. So is it clear? Is it professional? Is it recent? What do you think, Kate?
It's not very clear. It's not professional. And actually, it's quite recent, but not that recent.
Okay. It looks a little bit to me as though you're standing up having your photo taken in a group and you've zoomed in to avoid the other heads. I don't know if
Okay.
I don't know if that's the
It's
case.
probably the background I am trying to avoid, though. But
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
so yes.
Okay. So, same question. Do you have a more up-to-date one that you could use, do you think?
I'll try and, yes, I do. It won't be a professional one, but yes.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, this is the only professional one I've ever used in the entire time I've been on LinkedIn. It's just the best one I had at the time. So, so I'm going to suggest, can you have a little search right now and see if you can add a different one to your profile right now? Okay,
Yep.
Now we are going to do Morgan. Right. Is it clear? Is it professional? Is it recent? Yeah. Right. This bit is really a head and shoulders pick. So what you might be able to do is zoom in. I don't know how good the quality is, but I would strongly recommend, basically people want to see your happy smiling face, Morgan. So have you got a photo you can use?
I think so. I haven't taken any photos in God knows how long.
Okay. We're going to try and get as many of you to have the best photo you can on this session. If you can't do it this week, because we're on the session, you have the task during the week to either take a really good selfie or to get someone to take a picture of you that you can use on LinkedIn. So have a little look now. I'm going to give you all a few minutes to see if you can find a picture that you're happier with. And then David, let's have a look at you. So what do we think of David's photo? Oh, we're so polite, aren't we? Because we're British, well, apart from Eliza, yeah. Okay, so what you've got is, it's not that clear. I think you've got the same thing Kate's got. You're with a group of people and you're trying to edit them out. Is it professional? It looks like you're maybe at one of those exhibitions where they stand you in front of a promotional sign and say, hey, let's take a group shot. Was it something like that?
No, it was a graduate ceremony for some school in China.
Blimey. Okay. Didn't expect that answer. Okay, so you're in a great big group of people having their photo taken, aren't you? Okay,
Yeah.
So you might be able to edit it, but how long ago was it taken? Because you look nothing like that now.
2017, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit old, isn't it?
Yeah, quite old.
Have you got a newer picture you can put up?
Not one that I'd be happy putting up.
Right. Can you during the week get Jamie to take one?
Yeah, I could, yeah.
Get Jamie to take one.
Sure.
Okay. So we all have to work on I haven't left anyone out, have I? Okay, has anyone managed to put up another photo, apart from Amika, who's sitting there going, my picture's beautiful, my picture's lovely. Has anyone changed their picture?
No, I can't find one at this moment.
Okay, looks like Eliza's searching frantically. Okay, we will come back to that. The other thing you could do is during the break, you could see if you've got anything else. Amika changed it before the session. Amika's been on my training before. She knows the sort of things I'll do to her. Thank you for being honest. Okay, so apart from Amika, you've all got to upgrade your photo. Think about, if my ideal client saw me would they want to engage with me? I'm just going to go back to mine, not just to sort of give you, right, so I got some professional photos done, and the photographer said, Janet, I think this one is the one you would use as your profile. It wasn't my favourite picture, but I'm prepared to take the advice of a photographer who specialises in taking pictures for coaches and trainers. She knows better than me. I'm not proud. I'm going to do what I'm told. And actually, I quite like that now because I think I'm being me. I'm friendly. That's kind of how I look. The hand was stopping the hair swooshing across my face because it was really windy. But actually, it brings a bit of interest to the picture. So your photo should represent what you want your customers to see. Okay, any questions on the pictures, profile pictures? All right then. Okay, so the next bit we're going to go on to is the banner. And unfortunately, Eliza, I am going to go straight back to you because this is the default LinkedIn banner and you need to have something. Now, it's right. The great thing about the banner is you can put something really simple up, like, right, so I'm going to show you how to do this on mine. I'm going to share some resources with you, which are quite helpful. Now, to edit your banner is very easy. You just click anything on LinkedIn, you just click on that little pencil thing, and you can change the photo. I'm not going to actually do this. So I've got lots of stuff. I use Canva. I've got lots of stuff on Canva. Whoops. But a really good free resource you can use is something called Pixabay. Now, Pixabay has free, royalty-free pictures. So I'm just going to type in something like landscape, okay? Just for the sake of argument. And let's say I think this picture represents what I want to have as my LinkedIn banner. You click free download. It asks you to say you're not a robot. You download it. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it on desktop. Now, I'm really not going to add this to my LinkedIn profile, but I'm going to show you how easy it is. So to change my photo, I click on change photo. Oops. There's the picture. I can make it go up, I can make it go down, I can adjust it, I can make it wonky, I can zoom in or out, but I'm not going to do any of that. So Eliza, just for now, get yourself a free photo of something, but longer term, all of you should be using this as prime advertising space. Look at mine, it's in my corporate colours. So I'm sort of pink, strong pink, purple. Those are my colours. So the background is that. And what I've done this time is I've put either things I've been featured in or customers I've worked with or places I've spoken at because it gives me credibility. But what else could you put on your LinkedIn banner? So let's have a look. Morgan, what have you got? Okay, so you're another one. You need to right. So if you went on to Pixabay, Morgan, but let's go back to Pixabay. I'll show you the sort of things you can do with it. So I could type in sport.
To interrupt, but I think David messaged on our WhatsApp group and he's requesting for you to let him in.
Oh, sorry. Thanks for pointing that out to me. I didn't realise. Okay. So Morgan, if you just put sport in to Pixabay, there's loads of really good pictures. So I want you to spend a couple of minutes now, just choose something better from Pixabay. So you've got something. Amaka, I know you're a little bit limited, aren't you? I rather like your lion though. Now, is that something St James's Place says you've got to have? Or is that yours?
No, it's just the lion by Leicester Square.
Sure.
So okay. I've chosen it because, you know, city.
How long have you had that there?
Had it probably 5 years. I should
Yeah.
change it.
You should change it. So same thing. Why don't you go on to Pixabay and have a, I'm going to give you a 5-minute slot now so everybody can change their banner. 'Cause I think
I
all
like
of
my
you,
lion though. Do you not like it?
I know, darling, but from time to time you have to update, and 5 years is an awfully long time.
Okay. Alrighty.
Okay. Sorry, David, I didn't know you got locked out.
What should I look for?
What do you think represents what you do?
I don't know. Money,
Okay, money's
wealth,
quite good.
luxury,
Okay.
luxury.
Okay, luxury then. Maybe not Lamborghinis, but solid stuff like I don't know,
Diamond. No,
chocolate
okay.
chip, I'm boring.
I can
Okay,
quiet now.
now David, can you hear me, David?
Yep, I can hear you fine.
Okay, sorry, I didn't realise you'd gone.
That's all right.
Now I'm very pleased. Now what David's done, and I'm not surprised David's done it. He works for someone called Jamie, and his company is Superstar. Can't speak. Superstar Designs. Jamie's a graphic designer, and one of the things Jamie does is he creates social media banners. So if you're sitting here going, "Oh, this is really difficult," you could engage David or Jamie to help you do a social media banner, and he does like Facebook and Twitter as well, doesn't he, David?
Yeah, that's right. We're getting into social media management
Yeah.
in about a month or so.
Yeah. Okay, but for now we're just talking about banners. And look what Jamie has obviously suggested that David should do. He's got a corporate banner, and the corporate banner says the name of the company with the tagline, so Superstar Designs, designs that shine. He's then got the 3 main things they do: branding, print design, digital design. And he's got the website, he's got the phone number, and he's got the email. So this is prime advertising territory for you. So you could, using a resource like Canva, and I'll show you how to do it. This is only quick. This is not a Canva session, I promise you. But let me show you how it works. If you go into Canva, and you can use it for free, you can create a design. And look, there's even a pre-designed size for a LinkedIn banner. So if you click on LinkedIn banner, this is so easy. I'm going to upload that picture that I just put onto my desktop. All right. So I'm going to upload that. And then I'm going to put it here. So remember, all I'm doing is creating a banner. And I'm going to stretch it because it doesn't quite fit. And that's fine. But I'm just going to stretch it. All right. Now, maybe I want to put my logo on there. So I've got my logo. I've saved all these before. So you can upload whatever you want. So if I want to put my logo on there, I can put my logo on there. In fact, I'm going to put it here. If I want to put my phone number on here, oops, just want to show you how easy it is. 0774. I could put my email, which I'm not going to do, and I could put my web, which I'm also not going to do. I can reduce the font size quite significantly. Oh, it's doing that bit, that's why. I can change the color of the text. And literally, I can download that, and then I can save it somewhere, and that could be my new LinkedIn banner. It is that quick and easy. So I'm going to save it as, but I'm not actually, whoops, I'm not actually going to use it. But the point is, it is that easy to create a brand new banner. If you're stuck, talk to David or talk to Jamie. But you should all have something here in your banner that promotes what you do. So I'm going to have a quick look. Right, Eliza, have you managed to find something yet? Okay, we're not going to move. Right, I want Eliza to have something. I want Morgan to have something. Even if it's not what you're going to finally end up with, I want you to put something on your banners, Morgan and Eliza. When I look at you, Kate, what's yours looking like?
I thought I'd got away with it.
That's what you think. Okay, now actually, I rather like that picture, but what you've got here is quite a lot of space. So you could use that to put your phone number, your contact details, just like I showed you. So you've still got that picture, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it in
So,
Canva.
so if you download Canva for free and have a little play with it,
Yeah. I've got
by
Canva.
next week, you can have either a phone number or an email somewhere there.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the moment, you look sort of sporty, but I don't
Yes.
really know what you do
Okay.
from your picture.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing you want to have a look at too is, what does your profile picture and your banner look like on a phone? So I'm gonna go back to mine, because I know that on my phone, when it gets minimized, this bit here on the left is sort of dead, because my profile picture pops up and it hides it. So I will never put any important information on the top left. I know that the middle and the right tends to be where it's visible. So when you're making these changes, check it out on your phone. All right, so we are not moving on until Eliza and Morgan have got some sort of background. So let's see how they're getting on. And I'm going to also see if Amika's found something nice yet. No. We can work on that.
I found something, but I kind of really like the lion.
Oh,
No.
darling.
But I will think about it.
You'll think about it, okay. So the pressure is on Eliza and Morgan. Have you both managed to find something on Pixabay, or it can be an image you've got already? Oh, have you done it, Morgan? Brilliant. Okay, so what you need to do, please refresh, because LinkedIn's a bit laggy, Morgan, and then I'll refresh, and then let's see what we got. Whoa, hey! Do we like that? Give him a thumbs up if we like that.
Yes.
Yeah, Amika did. You should have seen her face. Well done. Now, Morgan, don't you feel that reflects you a lot better?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. And now you know what to do. You can change it from time to time. And again, if you download Canva, you can maybe put your phone number on there, or your email, or contact me, or you know, if you've got special things going on, like, you know, May special event or 30-day challenge, you can put that in your banner too. Okay, Eliza, how are you getting on?
It's uploading.
Is that loading? Okay. It's really weird. You've connected with me and it still said 3rd degree, but then when I click on you, it says 1st degree. How strange. Tell me when you've done it and refresh, and then I'll do it on mine as well.
Janet, what's a good size font to have on the banner? Like for...
Yeah, the trick is, on the screen, it's big. Can you read it on your phone?
Okay.
If I was being a bit fussy, David, and you could maybe give this feedback to Jamie, I think the writing is a bit small on your banner. In fact, I'm going to check you out on my phone now. Could all of you, except Eliza, because she's doing something, let's check out David on your mobile phone and let's see if we can actually read the banner. Because I don't think we'll be able to. Right. That's mine. I can't read it. Way too small, David. You still
But
there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
So
I'll tell them
you
that.
might want to give that feedback to Jamie. It's very small.
I actually uploaded the banner, but I
Oh.
just chose like a simple one and would
Yeah.
like to prove it later.
Beautiful. Who likes Eliza's new banner?
Ah, yes.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see
Very
that
good.
simple little thing has really improved 2 profiles immediately. Well done. Okay, good. Any questions on the banners part of what we're doing or the pictures? Cool. Right then. So let's go on to the next bit, which is the headline. What is the headline? It's this bit here. Okay. This bit is where we tell people what we do. And have you ever done a search on yourself? I'm going to, oh, help. How do I get rid of the writing? Got rid of the writing now. Hang on. Okay. I don't know if you've ever done this. If you've ever Googled yourself, and I'm going to Google myself and I'll show you why. When you Google yourself, okay, Google My Business comes up first, which I'd sort of expect. But look at what comes up next. It's my LinkedIn profile. And what comes up? My headline. Can you see that? That bit of information will appear anywhere someone searches for you, particularly on Google, because it's what LinkedIn tells them. So I'm going to go back to mine again. And I'm going to show you the formula to write a really good headline. So, business coach, sales expert, helping ambitious business owners to get strong business growth by converting leads into sales. And that is exactly what comes up on a Google search. And that's why it's important, because LinkedIn is such a powerful presence on something like Google. So if you go to the handout, you will see, I've copied mine there, but underneath it, anyone who clicks on your profile will see this. Also, when you reply to people and they click on you, it will pop up. So this is really important. You've got 120 characters. Now, here's the good news. If you're using an iPhone, you get 220 characters. So if, like me, you use a PC most of the time, but you happen to have an iPhone, then I would suggest you do your headline on your iPhone because you've got more characters. And then if you need to edit it, you can do it on your PC. But there is a formula. And the thing about your headline is, like I just showed you on Google, you need to have SEO terms in there, search engine optimization. What does that mean? Well, what terms will people type into Google or LinkedIn if they're trying to find you? So let's analyze that with mine. I do 2 main things. I'm a business coach and I'm a sales trainer. So people will search for me using terms like business coach or sales trainer. I'm focusing a bit more on the business coach side of my business at the moment rather than the sales trainer. So that's why it says sales expert and not sales trainer. But look, the first thing there is business coach. So if someone types in business coach, there's a fair chance I'll pop up. If they want an expert on sales, they might type in sales expert. So that's there. So what do your clients type into a search engine to find you? So for Eliza, it's probably virtual assistant. For Morgan, it's probably personal trainer. Amica, it's financial advisor. Let's have a Kate. What will they enter for you, do you think?
I have no idea. I don't know.
All right. Well, actually, you've got quite a lot of them there. Okay, we'll come back to you because I think you're operating on several levels, so we need to get clear on that. So the formula, which I've put in the handout to write your profile, is this. Okay, sorry, I'm going to position it so we can see mine again, and I'll just show you that I've used this formula, and you can use it anytime you want to. Okay, so the formula is helping. So who do you help? Look at mine. Helping ambitious business owners. That's who I help. Achieve or do. What's the thing you do? I help them get strong business growth. That's what my clients want. Growth. How do I do it? So I put the word by, because by is a lot shorter than how do I do it, and you're limited. By, and then you talk about the thing you do. So I convert leads into sales. So my little statement, my headline goes like this: two search items, business coach, sales expert, followed by helping business owners get strong business growth by converting leads into sales. That's the formula. So what I'd like you to do, all of you now, is see whether your profile does the same. Now, Eliza, yours might be a little bit different because I suspect they will probably search for something like virtual assistant, but you might want to mention some of your key skills. So for example, the reason I work with you is you've demystified the tech and you do all the things I hate. So you might want to include that in it somewhere. So what we'll do is we'll just look at everybody's profiles individually. Morgan, let's take you first of all. All right, so we're going to definitely change yours because by having head personal trainer, remember my background is sales, so all of you, this will be useful. Next week, I'm going to show you how to search for people. If my target market was head personal trainers, I would be bombarding Morgan and people like Morgan to sell my thing. So there is a very good chance that by putting personal trainer up there, or head personal trainer, you're going to get a lot of sales messages. So first of all, I'd just change it to personal trainer. And I'd get rid of MS Academy. Just get rid of that. And I would put helping, whoever you think you help the most, achieve or do, you know, lose weight, get fit, overcome, whatever. And it might be personalized classes, one-to-one tuition. So you start to work on that, Morgan. And I'm just going to visit everybody else's, have a look at them. So Amaka. Okay, now because you've got director, again, you are likely to get targeted by people whose ideal client is director. So what you maybe would want to put is associate partner practice. What do you think people would search for you when they want Amaka? I mean, what would
Financial advisor, but I can't change that.
Is that what St. James's Place say you must put?
That's what they say, but I'm going to check other people and see what they actually have.
Yeah, okay. You do a bit of research on that as I go around the room. I will come back to you. Actually, Kate, I am going to do you now. Helping you reach your health, wellness, and performance goals using highly effective strategies. You've got an iPhone, haven't you?
Yes.
See how many more words she's got than me.
Ah, see? No secrets around here, is there?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Do you know what I would do, Kate? I'd do a little bit what Amaka's doing. What do if you know people who are doing a similar thing to you, have a look and see how they do it and see what they've got that's nice. But if I were you, I'd choose maybe 3 search terms. So where I've got business coach and sales expert, what are they going to look for you? I mean, you've got the, is it EFT?
Yeah.
Right, that's not there. So maybe that's a good, if someone wants that, they know they want that. So why not start off with something like EFT practitioner?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if
Is
I
that
want
not?
that, that's what I'll search for. No, it's not there.
Is it not? And I absolutely will do that. The reason I missed it out is because some people might find that off-putting, and I wasn't even sure if they'd know or if they'd care how they got the result. But
Well, if they don't care, that doesn't matter. If they're put off by it, they're probably not your ideal client.
yes,
But you're not catching the ones who do want it.
yeah.
So I
Cool.
would just put it in there.
Put it in there.
Yeah.
Nice one.
So EFT practitioner, maybe I think maybe something like emotional well-being and nutrition. They'd be good words. Emotional well-being and nutrition. And then I'd be inclined to put the helping you reach your health, wellness, and performance goals under that. So use the same structure I have, but the search terms first. So EFT practitioner, emotional well-being, nutrition.
Yes.
Let's see what that looks like, and then put helping you achieve da 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 da. Now, what you could do, so you see, right, I'm actually going to show you on mine how to make it look a little bit prettier.
Yes.
So can you see on mine, I put some phones
Yes.
to break it up. Oh, I'm in the wrong place, sorry. So I'm going to show you all a tip. LinkedIn is dreadful for formatting. It's just words. But if you want to add something else, like I've added the phone, this is what you do. You go into the edit part, you get your mouse and you click, and then you right click, and look what pops up at the top, emoji. Go on to emoji. And if you think, you know, heart represents you, or a star represents you, or a flower, or I don't know, what's that, a beer? Whatever you think represents you, you can use that to break up the words. So for you, Kate, I strongly recommend that instead of those vertical lines, and I can see why you've done it, use emojis. So find some emojis. I mean, don't go bananas. It's not Twitter, but it will just make it look a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
So you have a little work on that. Right, who haven't I spoken to? Eliza. All right, are you still working on yours, Eliza?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So make sure you got some search terms. So the things people come to you for, what do they hate doing? Is it admin? Is it tech? Is it lead magnets, which is something she's just done for me? Is it managing your CRM system? What things do people come to you for? And David, let's have a look at you. Okay. You still there, David?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, it's all right because I can't see your picture. Okay. So, what do you think people will search? So you're representing superstar designs. So what things do you think people will search for if they want to use someone like you?
I guess graphic design, social media.
Well, it's probably what you've got in the headline. So why don't you just repeat branding, print design, digital design?
Sure.
And then you can put helping, I don't know, small business owners achieve compelling graphic design by, I don't know, you'll have to come up with a by, but use that structure. So your search terms are branding, print design, digital design, and then you put helping, probably, in fact, just put business owners. I've been inclined to do that. Helping business owners spread their message through beautiful design, something like that. Or through designs that shine. There you go. Amika.
Hi, so where are we doing this? Because I've looked and nobody's actually following what I've been told. So I think I can go to town with it until my next LinkedIn review.
I think you should. Okay. Did that make sense what I said though, David?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. I don't think it hurts to keep St James's Place in there, but then you've already got St James's Place here.
Yeah.
Right, what do you think the top 3 things people would search for someone like you are? Pensions,
Uh,
financial advice?
Retirement planning, investment planning, protection.
Right, so put those 3 in.
Do you like my picture, or
I
should I
love your
change
picture.
it?
Oh,
you?
yes, look what she's done. Hey, everyone. Yeah,
Oh,
like that.
lovely.
That's what it says in the tin. Love it.
So
Well done.
in the headlines, I should say helping. What should I say?
So if I were you, I'd kick off by the 3 primary things people search for. So I think you
Okay.
said pensions, financial advice, and something else.
Okay. Alrighty. I'll do that.
You probably don't even need to do the helping bit. Oh, I don't know. Because you're helping everyone, aren't you? Your client is anybody,
Yeah.
isn't it? So that bit isn't going to be useful for you because you're not really targeting anyone. Achieve or do. So you could literally miss the help bit and just go make your wealth grow by sound financial planning or something like that.
Okay.
Make your wealth grow by sound financial planning. Okay, does anyone need any help with this? Because it's worth spending time on.
Do you want to have a look at mine and see what I've come up with?
Yeah. Yeah, you need to spell magnets properly though, darling.
Oh,
That sort of magnate is the wealthy sort, you know. I am an oil magnate. But yes, that is much better. Now you can do, you know what I was just explaining to Kate about how to add emojis? That would be really good for you because you could put a star because you're
Yeah,
superstar designs.
yeah. I just tried it, and I don't have the same option as you do. Funnily enough,
What device are you using?
I'm using a PC.
Okay. So I'll talk you through it. It should work. So you went in here, yeah?
Yeah, and I right clicked, but
And you right click. Did the emoji thing come up at all?
no, it didn't.
That is a real pain.
Just convenient, isn't it?
What you could do is when you next see Jamie, you could perhaps say to him, can he do it on his PC? Perhaps if he logs in temporarily as you, that might work. How weird. I can't answer that in that case. All right, Morgan, how are you doing? Oh, like it. Yeah, Morgan, you got it. Well done.
Is the last bit okay? Just that's the one bit I was questioning.
Do you know LinkedIn can be a bit laggy? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Look, it's better than it was. And say you introduce a new program. So I know yesterday we were talking about bums and tums. So if you launch that, you can maybe change some of what you offer into bums and tums. So you can use it as a way of promoting what you're doing at the moment. Excuse me. All right, I want to have a break in about 5 minutes. So let's see how we're getting on. Right, so Kate, what have you done?
Yeah, I'm just because I help different people.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put help. So who do I help? Because I help sports people with their performance, but I help like just people, men and women who want to lose weight. I help with stress management.
Okay.
So busy.
Right, so what we're going to do, not
Mm.
now, but what we're going to do later is see this about section. This is where you can go into quite a lot of detail. So if you're struggling to put the people you help in there, don't worry, we can talk about it in a bit more detail, but that is so much better than it was. Just see if you can put some of those emojis in, because I think that will really help you. Right, Eliza, how are you getting on? Oh, look what Eliza's done. Do we like what Eliza's done? Look at their reactions, Eliza. Yes.
Absolutely.
Love it. Love it. Well done. Amika.
Sorry. What is the point for the little emojis? Because for me, I don't know if that's
Might not be appropriate for you.
yes. I don't think that's appropriate for me. But
I
today,
suggested it to Kate because she's used an iPhone, so she's got quite a lot of words, and she was breaking them up with a vertical line, which is not very easy on the eye. You don't do it. Don't touch it. It's wrong for your brand.
I just did it.
Eliza's like me. She's self-employed. She can do what she wants.
I just, I think I did it.
Yes. Let's have a look. Yes. Hey. Absolutely love it. Can you see what a difference that makes?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
sort that photo out now.
Yeah.
Well done. Okay. Anybody else? Yes, Amika.
Sorry, but now I haven't got a title in mind. But it's okay. I have it in my name though.
Yes.
Financial planning and advice.
Yeah.
So I don't need to put director or.
Well, let's have a look. Down here under experience, it very clearly says director, so you're fine.
Okay.
All right. Any more questions on this bit? Just want to do something else quickly before we have a break. Any more questions? We are doing well. Okay. Right, I'm going to show you something that is really simple, but very important. And it's not on the handout, but I want you to have it. If I go on to my profile, can you see at the top here? This is my LinkedIn URL. Can you see it says my name and then my company? I'm going to show you how to do that with your name and company or whatever you want as well, because I'm let's have a quick look. Let's take Kate. Oh, Kate's done it. Good. Okay. Morgan hasn't. Right. So Morgan, you see that you've got a whole load of numbers after your name. Can you see that? Right. So I'm going to show you how to personalize this. So you go into your profile. And can you see at the very top, it's got edit public profile and URL. Yeah. So I want you to click on that, and anybody else who has just got numbers after their name. And what you do is you go into that. And on my PC, this never quite comes out right. So here it says edit your custom URL, but it's chopped the top off. Personalize the URL for your profile. And what you do is you go into that, you click on the little pencil, and you can choose whatever you want there. And I strongly suggest that you have your name and you have your something that talks about your company. So for Morgan, for example, you might want to put Morgan Summers MS Academy, for instance.
Should I have Summers as well, or should I just have Morgan?
Well, I've got my first name and my last name because people tend to search for my first name and my last name. And then I've got my company because they tend to search by name. So yeah, whatever you think. I'm not going to change it. So let's go back to, so Kate, sorry, Kate, yours was okay. David, what have you got? Yours is fine. Eliza, what have you got? Yeah, and Eliza's done it. So yeah, it was just for any of you that hadn't done that already. Yeah, so that was a quick tip. Okay, the final thing we are going to do before break this morning is make sure your contact information is okay. So again, we're going to go into view profile. And can you see here contact information? So if you go into that, what you should have is your personalized URL, which we've just done. And you should have your website. But look, I haven't just put my website, I've put a link to Facebook. And I've also put a link to my diary, so that if people want to make appointments with me, they can just do that. And you, like everywhere else, you just click on the edit button and you can add whatever you want in here. So I would recommend, think about it. Where do you want them to go? Do you want them to go to your website? Do you want them to go to Twitter, to Instagram, to YouTube? Where do you want them to go? Because you can put more than one thing here under website. If you don't, you should have you must have a phone number, okay? Either an office phone or a mobile phone. You must have a number. Otherwise, how are they going to contact you? I won a £6,000 deal once because someone was recommended 3 people. He checked them all out on LinkedIn first. I was the only one with a phone number. Now, hopefully he used me because he thought I'd be really good too. But the point is, he rang me first because he didn't have phone numbers for the other 2. So you need to make sure that the information is there. You also need to have your address, and I can see actually that mine's out of date, but if I were to click on it, it goes to a map. So it's worth having. If you've got a premises, make sure that information is correct. I've also got my email there, and because LinkedIn and Twitter are related, you can also put your Twitter feed or your Twitter link handle on there. So I would encourage all of you to put your contact details there. And just a tip, it's not a great idea to have a Gmail or a Ymail or a Yahoo account. You really need to have a company name. Morgan, I'll talk with you separately about that because that's something I noticed yesterday. But try and make it look professional because you're on here because you're a professional. Any questions on that?
Janet, I'm lost. What? Well, I can't edit my URL because I was trying to shorten it.
Okay.
And it won't update. Or maybe it hasn't. And so where do I check my contact details are correct, please?
All right. Well, I'll go on to you and have a look and see. So anyone who's connected with you can click onto contact information. So we've got your personalized URL. We've got your company. You could add Facebook to that if you wanted. Your work phone number, I'd be inclined to just put some spaces in. So after the 5th digit, I'd put a space, and then I'd put another space after the next 3rd digit, because it just makes it easier on the eye.
Okay.
Your work
But
address
where do I find that to edit?
Okay, I'll show you on mine. So you click on contact info, and then the pencil pops up. So you click on the pencil. So what I'm saying with the phone number is you can just put a space bar in.
Okay.
I would also encourage you, your phone number, is it a Gmail?
What do you mean?
Let me just have, did I say phone number? I meant email. Okay, look, your email is a Google Mail. Do you not have a company email?
I do.
You should put that there, really. It doesn't look very professional having a Gmail.
Okay. I mean, I get loads of spam messages then.
Well, it's not that. It just doesn't make you look like a very high-powered financial advisor. It makes you look like someone who's operating out their bedroom. Now, we might all be operating out of our bedroom, but we don't want people to know that.
Okay.
Okay. So let's have a look at Morgan's contact information. Okay. Now, that's interesting. Morgan's put his birthday on there. So Morgan, oh, he's not there. We need to have a break. I'm really conscious we need to have a break. Okay, I'll tell you what, shall we take a 10-minute break now? And you can work on this if you want to, but I think we do need a comfort break. So I'm going to pause recording. Let's come back in 10 minutes. And you're very welcome to continue while we do that, but I'll see you in a minute. So,
Brilliant.
Okay then. All right, see you in a
Janet.
minute. Yeah. So now we have got a pretty picture. We've got a nice banner. We have a headline that explains to people what we do. I'm going to show you a little extra bit. Can you see next to my name, I've got this sort of trumpet thing. Let me press on it for you.
My name is pronounced Janet Efere.
Now, Amika, this might happen to you. Eliza, it might happen to you a little bit. But people can't say my name. So they've brought this brilliant little extra thing in there. And if you want to record your name, I think you've got about 8 or 10 seconds. You go onto the edit thing again. Now, obviously, I've done mine already. But where you see this bit that says name pronunciation, you can record how to say your name. And it's just a nice little extra touch. And some people have gone, ooh, I can use that to promote my business. No, don't use that to promote your business because LinkedIn won't like it and they might penalize you. It is purely to do with pronouncing your name. And I'd recommend doing it because it's just a nice little touch. Okay. All right. So we have a URL, a picture, a banner, a really nice headline, and our contact details are up to date. So now we're going to go down a bit and we're going to look at the About section. Now, the About section, I'm going to open mine up. The About section is your chance to lay out your stall. It's your chance to tell people what you do and how you do it and why they should contact you. Because what will happen is if someone, for instance, let's take Amika. Someone says, oh, I've come across this Amika. I've done a search and I've got I did a search financial advice and this lady came up. All right, well, she looks sensible. She, it's a reasonable picture. It looks okay at the top, but I need to find out more about her. So I'm going to go to the About section. Now, Amika's done something here, which is good. So we'll go into that in a minute. But the About section is probably the first bit they'll read. And there is a formula for doing your About section. So in your handout, I've actually reproduced my About section. In fact, I know I need to update this, but this is what you've got. You have, let's put the handout here as well again so that we can see what we're doing. Right, so the About section, first of all, is not a CV. Now, remember, LinkedIn started off as a recruitment platform. So it's set up very much like a CV, but it's not a CV. So what do you write in the About section? Well, the first thing you don't do is write about you because no one cares about you. And I'm really sorry because you're lovely, but no one cares about you. Everyone cares about themselves. So do not fill your About section with, I've got this and I've done that and I'm brilliant at this. I. Don't do it. You want to include as many yous as possible. And I don't think I've got a single I in my About section. You've got a limit of 2,000 characters, which isn't many. And remember that whatever you're seeing on your phone or your tablet or your PC will vary because of the size and the display. But I have a structure for you. So this is the structure, and I'm just going to go through it, and then I want you to read my profile. I want you to read my About section, and you'll see the profile at work. So first of all, you want a catchy beginning, something that makes them want to read. Then you mention your client's pain or objectives. People only buy for 2 reasons: to move away from pain or to move towards pleasure. So mention that there. Then give them reassurance that you can solve that pain or help them achieve that objective. If you can, add media for interest, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And then have a call to action. So that's the bit, how do they get in touch with you? Don't be subtle, spell it out, whack them in the face with it. Ring here, call this number, email so-and-so, connect on. And there's very little formatting on LinkedIn. So again, I've made use of that emoji trick. So what I want you to do now, please, just quietly, I'll give you a minute or so, just read my profile about section on the profile, and just see how I followed that structure there and see what I've done. And then this next chunk of the training, you're going to get the chance to actually recreate your own about section. So just give us a minute to read through that now. Okay, just give me a thumbs up when you're finished. Okay. Eliza, Amaka, and David, are you there?
Yep, I'm right here.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, you can use the thingies on it. Right. So you'll see what I've done. So my sort of eye-catching or attention-grabbing intro is, okay, you've got everything in place. You spent a ton of money getting to the stage where customers should be flocking to your door, but for some reason the sales are not coming in, or you're being pressured to give discounts. That is the most common thing I hear from my customers. So that's right at the front because it speaks to them. It's their pain. And also they then think, well, is it me? Is it my team? So now I'm starting to go reassuring. You won't be the first who's wondered, and you won't be the last. See how a big dose of common sense, experience, proven techniques, and a can-do attitude can transform your sales figures. And now I drill down onto the specifics. So the big picture is sales aren't coming in and they're ending up giving discounts. But a lot of people worry about particular things. So, for example, let's take you, Morgan. People might come to you because they don't feel very healthy and they're overweight. But what might their specific things be? Well, I know their knees might hurt, or they're asthmatic, or they, I know they're diabetic. So there's things a level below. So the things that I hear a level below are you having trouble with conversion rates, inbound calls, closing techniques, questioning skills, negotiation, discounting too much, upselling and cross-selling, account management, pipeline management, and sales strategy. Now, why have I done it like that? It goes back to SEO. If those words are in my about section, LinkedIn is a huge search engine. Combined with Google, people are more likely to find me. But also what I've done here is used emojis again, tick, so that it's easy to read, because LinkedIn doesn't format very well. Excuse me. Okay. So I've identified some specific pain areas here, and now I'm going to explain that I solve it. And I'm explaining my different options. So again, Morgan, this might be where it will help you. And in fact, Kate, this might be where it helps you. So now I've talked about my actual products and services. So what do I do to solve these problems? So I've got bespoke sales training. I've got open courses and workshops. And I've listed some of the subjects. I've got one-to-one coaching, I've got e-learning, and I've got done-for-you telephone calls. That's my products. That's my suite of products. So someone who's suffering from that problem and wants sales training, go, aha, she does it. Someone who's looking at that and goes, oh, I want coaching. Oh, she does it. And then I've got my call to action, book a free sales telephone surgery to kickstart your sales transformation. That doesn't really say anything, but it has got the word free in it. And then underneath that, I've got a link to my diary. So that's the structure at work. And what I want you all to do now, I'm going to pause recording. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to start to rework your about section. And I'll be here to answer your questions as we go along. But let's use this time to really make your about section as good as it possibly can be. So are there any questions before? And if I were you, I'd actually type it straight onto LinkedIn. I wouldn't write it out by hand. I'd actually go into the edit function So literally it's that pencil again. I'd go into the edit function and I'd open up the box and I'd just start typing and see what you come up with. So 10 minutes. If we need a bit longer, we'll take it. Any questions before we start?
Obviously, you've got Calendly at the bottom. Would you recommend making an account for that so people can book
Yeah,
stuff in with you?
Calendly is free, so yes, I would recommend it. Let's just make this bigger again. I would recommend it, but also have a think about how do you want people to get in touch with you? I mean, if you prefer email, put your email. If you prefer them to ring you, put your phone number. What works best for you? Or you might want to put several. You might want to put, email me, call me, or connect with me. It's up to you. I tend to just put one because I think if you give people too many choices, they kind of go, oh, I don't know what to choose, and then they don't choose anything. So I tend to stick with one. And I do get appointments off Calendly. Maybe stick with
because
your
I've
number.
just
No, you can always edit it. I mean, nothing's set in stone. Everything we're doing here today, you can go away and change it after, but the point is you're starting from a better place than you were before you came on the training. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, yeah.
Cool. All right then. So any more questions? Yeah.
I really like the ticks. How did you get your ticks on?
I'll show you. So it's the same as before. So here is my section I can edit, and it's exactly what I did before. You get the pointer, you do a right click, and you have an emoji. So you can add whatever you want.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, I'll just show you something else. If you don't know where to find the thing you want, you right click, and you go on emoji, and you can just type. So unfortunately it's American, so if you put tick, you won't get it. But if you put check, then the ticks come up. Or if you put on a ball will come up. Or if you want star, a star will come up. So in fact, I might edit mine a little bit while you're doing yours because I'm not keen on these blue ticks. I might put something else. Yeah, we can all make use of this time. All right, so I'm here if you need help. Just ask me if you need something. I'm going to pause recording because this is otherwise going to be 10 minutes of silence.
I need to see a tiny little box. You have to keep scrolling up and down.
Yeah, okay. So to make the space bigger, excuse me. Right, so you've got this in front of you, yes?
Yeah.
Right, can everyone see down the bottom right, there's a sort of square with 2 diagonal lines in it. If you click on that and drag it, whee, and then you got loads of space. Did that work?
I think I might have done it too far though.
What have you done? Have you broken LinkedIn?
I might have, yeah, to be honest. Because it just goes off the screen.
Yeah, don't worry. It'll be okay. Just do what you need to do. Don't forget to save everyone, by the way, because that's frustrating if you do all this and then you don't save.
Don't worry, I've found it. Right.
All right. Anyone struggling? Anyone got any questions?
Yeah, I'm struggling.
Okay. Let's have a look at yours. Okay.
So I've deleted that.
All right. So
yes.
copy and paste mine.
Okay.
And put that in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see if we can change that structure to something that suits you.
Cool.
And instead of the ticks, maybe you're going to want something, I don't know, you've talked about my nutritional cook along. So maybe a picture of a plant or I don't know what emojis there are that relate to health. I don't know if they do like a green smoothie or something, but literally copy and paste mine, and then you can go through it and change all the words that don't fit with you into words that do fit with you.
Okay.
I am quite near the 2,000 word limit on mine, by the way. So if you find that it edits it and it goes too many words, that's why. So you might need to shorten it. But then if you've got less stuff than me or less issues than I've identified, you might not need that. Okay, we've got about another 4 minutes. So again, if you need help, let me know. But I'm just going to sort of wait here in the background, see if you need help. So even if you don't get time to finish this now, you're probably going to want to work on it anyway. So all we'll do, we've got about 3 minutes left. Whatever stage you've got to in 3 minutes, just press save. We'll have a quick look at what you've done, and then you can continue to tweak this in your own time. Oh, David, that's marvelous. And you did it so quickly.
Perfect copy and paste.
Well, there's a lot of talent and skill gone into that. Well done. That's lovely, Amika. Really nice. Yeah. And I like your professional use of emojis down the bottom. See what Amika's done there? She's got a phone for the mobile. She's got a lettery thing for email. And I don't actually know what the bottom icon is, but it looks really good. It's, oh, cool. Yeah. So that's a really nice way of using emojis. Look, if I'm being fussy, can you see the screen, Amika?
Yes.
So where I've got the pointer, you could probably go in and insert a space at like a new line there, because you've got the room. That's the only thing I'd really say that makes a
Or
difference.
just below looking for expert advice, put a space on between.
Yeah, just between that and the bullets. Yeah.
Okay.
Well done. That looks really good.
Thank you. And that was me thinking I didn't need the session.
Thing is, LinkedIn always changes, which is one of the reasons I like it. Okay, so what I would encourage all of you to do now is just save whatever you've done, and then refresh so that we can have a quick look at how far you've got. And as I say, if you've not quite finished, just work on it yourself over the next day or two. All right, so Amika's is good, David's is good. Okay, Morgan, would you be kind enough to save yours and refresh so we can have a look at it? Eliza, would you save yours and refresh? And Kate, would you save yours and refresh?
So the first, I've done mine, well, not all of it, but I've done the first part.
No,
which
I
kind of
know
followed
I know you haven't had enough time to do all of it. Okay, let's have a look
just
at
kind of
Eliza.
following that.
Oh, look at this. Have you found yourself overwhelmed with too much work and working on some tasks that eat up all your time? Yes. Well, I got you back. Oh, yes. Okay, very good. Are you happy with that, Eliza?
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay. All right. Morgan, did you say you had saved yours?
Yeah, it should be saved, the first part anyway.
Good. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So that's a good start. So keep working on that. If you're able to, I'd suggest after the training, work on it then, so that it's kind of done.
Okay.
But yeah, we're getting there with you. Love it, Kate. Yep. I'm guessing you're going to add more to that, but you've started to get the structure in place. Is that right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I can't quite think, but yeah, so yes.
Don't worry, don't worry. This is quite intensive, you know. Learning on Zoom is fucking hard. It's harder than in the classroom. So if you're feeling like your brain's kind of done that thing where it's going, I give up, then we can always, you've still got time to have a short 5-minute break if you want, because we're making good time on this. But you can also, Kate, please talk to me separately if there's anything you're stuck with. Okay.
Yeah, Brill. It's just my concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right for a break, but thank you. I will
Okay.
say.
Just message me in the chat if you need a break.
Okay.
Okay, and who haven't I looked at? I've looked at Morgan, looked at Kate, Amika's okay, David's okay. So we're good, we're good. All right then, well done everybody. Okay, so the next bit we're going to look at is, on our profile, is the experience bit. I always go back to mine because if I need to show you how to edit, I can do it from there. So we've done the top bit. Top bit's perfect. We've done the about section. I'm going to come on to featured in a minute, and then dashboard, which we saw earlier in activity. We're going all the way down to experience. So I'd like you all to scroll down to your bit that says experience. And remember what I said about LinkedIn being a recruitment platform. That's why you've got this bit, which is laid out a little bit like a CV. And what a lot of people do is they fill this part out like a CV. So this is my job title, these are my responsibilities, this is what I did, this is my jobs. And you shouldn't really be doing that. You should be using this as another opportunity to tell the world what you can do. So again, I'm going to encourage you just to look at the screen and let's see what I've done for my current role, which is business coach and sales expert. Where have you seen that before? It's here, business coach and sales expert. So I'm repeating my SEO terms. I can show you how to create a company page. If we've got time, I'll do that today. But if you create a company page, which aren't that useful in their own right, but what it does mean is your logo will show up next to your job. I can show you that later. So here I am, tadpole training. What have I done again? I've used colors from that emoji thing because the formatting's rubbish. So again, let's have a look at the structure. I'm not talking about the jobs I'm doing. I'm talking about the customer again. Are you a business owner who needs to sell or who has a team that needs to sell? Are you overwhelmed with your workload but at the same time struggle to bring in the revenue you need? Are you, or do you find yourself working in your business instead of on your business? These are the main problems my clients face. This is where sales training or coaching might help. I typically work with business owners who have a turnover of 500K to 2 million. That's my ideal client. If they read that, they go, oh, she's a specialist in my size business, and who are struggling, stressed out and overwhelmed. I help them sort out their sales issues and get them work-life balance back. Again, talks to my clients. Oh God, yes, I am overwhelmed. I'm not earning enough money. I've got sales issues. I'm stressed and I want to get my life back. It speaks to my customers. So it's usually a top-to-toe solution. So I'm kind of alluding to what I do. So we work on your strategy and then make sure your team are trained and can implement the things you need at an operational level. So I'm ticking a couple of boxes. You've got operational, you've got strategic, operational, and tactical. Get the words out in a minute. So I'm appealing to them if they work across those different vertical levels. And then I list my services again, a bit like in the about section. So it might be by bespoke training for your existing sales or customer service team, open sales workshops, these are my products, LinkedIn profile writing, selling and account maintenance, one-to-one coaching, or a mixture of the above. My objective is simple. Now I'm showing off. typically grow your revenue by 20 to 48% in the first 3 to 6 months, and that means you get your life back. I'm really speaking to them now. Depending on your sector and location, I may also be able to get you funding towards working with me. There's a lot of funding out there at the moment. That's something I can do. Let's chat. Phone number. Wallop. That is not a description of my jobs. There's no description of my day-to-day activities. So have a think about how you can make your experience section do that. And again, I'm not proud. Copy mine, use the structure, and use it in your business if you want. Now, a quick note on these things here. I'll show you what they are. As you can see, LinkedIn is not very good at formatting. So I've worked hard. Let's just look at my profile from the beginning. It's got color and interest all over it. Color, 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 color. Pictures, color. It's interesting looking. So how do you do this? So I'm going to show you. Under experience, if you go into the edit thing, okay, so there's all the stuff at the top, right? All the stuff at the top. At the very bottom, you've got this, you've got media, and you can upload something or you can include a link. So what I've done is I've uploaded some stuff that really showcases me well. So this here, I reached the final of Sales Trainer of the Year with my institute. Here, I reached the final of the Guardian's Startup of the Year in 2015. That's a link to the Guardian newspaper, the article where I'm featured. This was when I got to the finalist of Trainer of the Year with a different institute. This is when I won Enfield's Startup Business of the Year. Do you see what I mean? This is my stuff. This is where I'm choosing to shine in public. I've got a couple of testimonials here, videos, and I've got a written testimonial which I designed using Canva to make it look like a post-it note been pinned on a board. You can put whatever you want here, but the point is, if you add it, it pops up at the bottom. I think it will only show you 4. Can you see here? I've got +4, so there's like 8 altogether, but it'll only show you 4. So if you can include just 4, it just makes it look so much nicer. And you can do that for every job. So I've done something here, and I've done a couple of things here. Now, one question I get a lot is, what if I've got 2 jobs or 2 companies? How do I do it? Because LinkedIn it doesn't like it if you have lots of different companies. So you have got to choose what comes first. So Tadpole is my main business. This is another company I've got called We Do Sales Calls. So I've put that underneath because it's not my primary business. These people I do associate training for. So I am employed by them as a sales trainer, and they required me to list it on my profile, but didn't say where. So that comes third. And then I've got these people, I was an associate with them as well, but they closed. So that's there because it's relevant. And then I've got my older stuff. So you have to decide what are you going to put first, because whatever you put first will show here at the top of your profile. So any questions on the experience section?
Just one for me. In my experience for my business, should I put my logo? Because I've obviously got a company page, and I used LinkedIn beforehand, obviously, as it was meant to be used as a.
All right. Do you actually have a logo for your business?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you need to actually create a company page then. Okay. Would you all like me to show you how to create a company page?
If you could, that'd be brilliant.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So do it with me, but again, don't remember we've got this as a recording, so you can go back. So you see this bit here, this square bit that says work, this tab. Click on that. And down the bottom is create a company page. So you click on that. And then it asks you lots of questions. So I guess in your case, Morgan, it would be small business. So I'm going to go through it. So test company, all right. Oh, there is an existing, okay. Okay, I'm not going to fill it out, Morgan, because otherwise it's going to give me all sorts of grief. You fill it all out and then you upload your logo. Can you see that? Are you still there, Morgan?
Yeah, I'm still there, yeah.
Okay, so you can upload your logo here. You've got to tick this box, press create page, and then once you refresh, what will happen is that on your profile, where at the moment, actually, let's go to you. So at the moment, you've got this default LinkedIn logo. Once you do all that and you upload your logo, press refresh, your actual logo will appear here and it will also appear here.
Okay.
So you see like the NHS has a logo, so that appears. I'm going to quickly just jump back to mine again. I created a company page for this company. They already had a LinkedIn company page. I used to work at Xerox, so it defaults with this. And then way back, I used to work for this other company called Ceramic International. Because they've got company pages on LinkedIn, it works out and it joins you together. So are you happy with that, how to create a company page?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm quickly going to have a look at all of your experiences and let's see if we can change it. Now, now Eliza's really interesting because Eliza, you work for lots of different people. So it would be great if you could add tadpole training to your experience. Now, Eliza doesn't really need to put a lot of details here because she could be breaching her client's confidentiality. But it could also help her to, for instance, I don't know what you do with Destiny Real Estate, but let's say for Destiny Real Estate, she does one particular type of job, so she can list the jobs she does. For Love for Life Academy, maybe it's different jobs, she could list them. For Tadpole Training, it might be different jobs again. She can list them and it gives her a range of experience, but that will be up to you. Okay, so that's Eliza. So you might not need to do very much. Have a look at Amaka. Is this what they told you you've got to put up again, Amaka?
Just me being lazy.
What does that mean?
Oh, I haven't actually. So the first paragraph is what I've put together. It needs to go for approval, but I've just been lazy, to be honest. I haven't really.
All right.
Updated it.
Why don't you just change it and list some of the services you offer? So again, sort of copy and paste what I've done, but list the services you offer. How about that?
Okay. Right. Okay. Get it done.
Oh, you're so funny. All right. So Kate, it will definitely help you to create a company page. And if your brain's not supporting you at the moment, you can always watch the recording to see how to do it. Again, I would suggest copy and paste what I've done, use the structure, and then fill it out here. Before you set up your Radiant Health, what did you do?
I was a computer software trainer.
Right. It might be worth including it, but not bothering with a description.
Okay.
Just to sort of show you've got, some previous things as well. Okay.
I have a quick question.
Go on then.
So obviously it says company details and you put what industry you're in. Should I put mine as health, wellness and fitness or professional training and coaching?
I do the health, wellness and fitness because professional training and coaching is kind of mine.
Okay.
And I definitely don't do the same thing as you. So I go for the wellness one. Anything that says wellness, I'd do that for you.
Perfect.
Now, David, I'm fascinated by yours. Okay. Did you copy this from Jamie again?
Yes, I did.
What's wrong with it? It doesn't matter. Looks great, doesn't it? Do we like what he's done? I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
great.
And again, Jamie's copied me. You've copied Jamie. Is anyone upset? No, it just works. It's fine. Is that your phone number or his?
Yeah, that's mine. I did change that part.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
So, Janet, so Radiant Health has already been taken.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, by somebody on the other side of the world. So I'm wondering.
Is it a limited company?
No.
So are you self-employed?
Yeah. So I mean, it's just it's not a limited. I could create a limited, get a limited company. I'm self-employed as as Kate Chester.
Okay. Let's have a little think about this. What if you were to say Radiant Health EFT or
Yep. I could put that in there for the moment, couldn't I, and have a think?
Yeah. Just because it looks a bit better.
Yeah.
Nothing is set in stone on LinkedIn. You can create a company page, you can delete a company page. But yeah, I'd be inclined to at least put something. And do you have a logo?
Yes.
Yeah. So do it so that you can upload the logo. And then you can chew it over, because I wouldn't recommend changing company names willy-nilly. You need to really think about this. But yeah, do that. Good for you. I can't remember where I was now. Who haven't I looked at? So Eliza we've done, David we've done, Amka we've done, Kate, Morgan. How you getting on creating your company page?
Yeah. Which company type is the limited company?
Oh, let me go into it again. I can't remember.
Because there's public company, self-employed, government agency, non-profit. I don't know. I can't pronounce that word to save my life. Proprietorship, is that the word?
Proprietorship.
That's the one.
Right, you're not limited, are you?
I am.
You're limited. So it's MS Academy Limited.
Yeah.
Right, privately held then. I'm excited to see this. So it must mean you're on the upload your logo section.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go back. Tell me when you've done it. I want to see this.
I have done it. I don't know if it.
Make sure you've saved it and then press refresh.
So I'm on the company page.
Yeah.
So I need to now. Where do I go from that? Should I go back to my profile?
Yeah, as long as you've saved it all, and press refresh in the top left.
It's done, but it's not popped up on the.
Yeah, it can take a while. It might just do that to surprise you. Okay. What we're going to do is keep going, and hopefully by the end of the session, it will be there. Okay.
I found out how to do it. I had to actually go into my experience and change it.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay. All right, we'll come back to that. So the next thing we're going to do is skills and endorsements. And in fact, I think rather than me jumping around again, I'm going to stay on Morgan's profile. Now, skills and endorsements are quite near the bottom. So Morgan, sadly, you don't seem to have any. Nobody's endorsed you for anything. Oh no. All right, so what we're going to do, all of us now are going to endorse each other. But before we do that, I'm going to show you something you need to know. So I'm going to go back to my profile and the skills and endorsements section. Because if you don't have any skills and endorsements, LinkedIn's quite smart. It tries to work out what it thinks your skills are and it suggests them. And the trouble with that is your skills aren't always the ones that reflect what you do. So if you look at mine, my top 3, sales, business development, and strategy, they are what I want to be known for. But if I click on show more, I've got a great big list of other stuff. So how do you make sure that you've got the stuff at the top that you want? Well, you go into this edit bit. So if you could please all on your own screens, go to skills and endorsements and click on the edit pen, and I'll show you how to do this. Just give me a thumbs up when you've done that. Yeah. Okay, Eliza, Amika, David. Okay, just let me know when you're there.
Where do you want
Yep,
us to
I'm
click
here.
on? Sorry,
That's all
skills
right.
and endorsements.
So you go to skills and endorsements. Now, you might, you have got some of you.
And then click on edit.
Yeah, click on the edit button. Right, my
Yes.
mistake. Apologies, got to go back in mine again. Right, so if everyone's clicked on the edit, shout now if you haven't, because I think you've all done it, but I'm not sure. So you go into the edit, and what you've got at the top is you have top skills, and they are pinned. This little green thing means they're pinned. So they will automatically show up above everything else. You can change the order, and this is how you do it. If I wanted to make change management a pinned one, look, if I click on it, nothing happens. You may not select more than 3 top skills, remove one. So if I wanted to move change management up, I'd have to unpin something. So I'll show you, I'll just unpin strategy. And now I'll select change management, and change management changes space, but I don't want it that way around, I want it this way around. The other thing you can do is you can move the order. So if we go to the right, can you see these things that look like a pile of paper? Yeah, if I click on it and drag, I can change the order of things. So what I would like you all to do now is I want you to choose some skills and endorsements that you think are good for you. And I want you to delete anything that you don't think is good for you. So if it's I don't know, if one of my skills was computer programming, I'd delete it because I'm useless at computer programming, not interested, I don't know how to do it. I do want to discard changes. Yeah. Now, if you want to, so I've just come out of the edit. If you want to add a new skill, you literally just click on this thing that says add a new skill, and then you type something in. Or let's say I wanted to add presentation skills. All I'd do is just add it like that. But if I wanted to add a skill that's not listed, I've reached the limit of 50 skills. I can't do anymore. But you can literally just type in something and add a skill. So I want you to spend a minute now making sure you've got the skills you want to be shown. So add at least 3 or 4. I want you to delete anything that's not useful to you. And then we're going to play around with the order. And then we're going to endorse each other for the things we want to be endorsed for. So remember, if you want to change the order, you pick up these little thingies, or if you want to pin them at the top, you click on the pin sign, and you can only have 3 at the top. So I'm going to give you 1 minute to get rid of and to add skills that you think suit you. And again, it's a good idea if those skills fit with maybe your search terms. So Eliza, it would be really good. You could list all the services that you offer. Morgan, you could list all the different types of fitness training you do. Hey, this would be great for you because you can add all the things like EFT and nutrition. They can all go in there. David, you can either copy Jamie again, nothing wrong with that, or you can choose things that are related to graphic design. Amika, you can choose financial products that people search for. So I'll give you another few seconds. And now what I want you to do is select which 3 of them you want to pin to the top. What would you like to get endorsements for straight away? Just give me a thumbs up when you've chosen 3. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you, Eliza. And Kate. So Amika and David, just let me know when you've done yours.
Yep, I've got mine.
Cool. Amika, you got yours?
Still working on it.
Still working on it.
Almost there.
All right. Okay, so we'll let Amika just finish off, but this is what we're going to do now. There are 6 people in this room. I want you to go to the profile of every person and I want you to endorse them for their top 3 skills that they've just pinned. Leave Amika till last, or have you finished now?
Yes, yes.
You finished. Okay. So literally, I'm going to go to Morgan. And hopefully you've got some now. There we go.
They've not changed.
Okay, everybody press refresh. LinkedIn is quite laggy. There we go. That's more like it, isn't it? So I am going to endorse, now watch what happens. I'm going to endorse Morgan for personal training. It tries to get you to grade good, very good, highly skilled, and then select a relationship. The good news is you haven't got to do the select a relationship bit. I'm just going to click highly skilled and submit. And I'm going to do the same for fitness instruction. I'm going to select highly skilled and submit, and I'm going to select customer service, highly skilled and submit. That's all we're doing. For everyone in the room, let's spend the next couple of minutes endorsing everybody for the top 3 things.
Janet, is there a way
Yeah.
of seeing, the skills that you've selected that people have already endorsed?
Yeah,
So you can have them as your top.
You can adjust. You can make it show whatever you want. So what LinkedIn will do is if you don't choose 3 to pin to the top, it will display the ones with the most ticks at the top.
All righty.
So I think, I can't remember, something like strategy was like way down. It was about number 6 and I wanted it to be one of my top ones. So I pinned it. And because most people only see the top 3, which is why we're doing this exercise, it meant that more people ticked it and then it was great. So all of you, let's continue doing that. Saz, welcome to the room. Saz works for me at Tadpole Training. She's just come in to be with the final part of the session. Saz, would you be kind enough to just say hello?
I certainly will be glad to say hello. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi. Hope you enjoy yourselves.
All right. So what we're going to do, Saz, you can join in with this if you don't mind. We're just endorsing everybody for what they're good at. So everybody in the room, we're just choosing their top 3 skills and we're endorsing them. So why are we doing this? Because these endorsements say this person can do this thing. You don't need to have proved you've worked with them. You just know they do this thing. There's a good chance, isn't there, that a personal trainer like Morgan is going to be good at the stuff he says he's good at. So it's okay for us to endorse it. Oh, that's interesting, David. I can't see any of yours.
Should be there.
Did you refresh it? Oh, okay. There we go. All right.
Can I ask a question? Sorry.
Sure.
I'm being a bit dozy here. I'm going into everyone's things, but I can't see where can I actually.
Okay. All right. So look, I've got Eliza on the screen.
Yes.
So you scroll down and the heading says skills and endorsements.
Yes.
And then if you click on whatever, oh, that's interesting. It might be, That is interesting.
Yeah, it's done that for
Switched
me
off.
too.
Yeah, it's just done that for me on Amicus one. I could do everyone else's, but as soon as I went to Amicus, it popped up without the endorsement.
All right, so you might want to check your settings then. Hold on. Okay, I might have to go into that afterwards. I can't work out why we can't do it. Okay, I'll do that later. All right, everybody that we can endorse, let's endorse them.
So that's how you do it. You click on the skills and endorsement, and then there should be the option to endorse.
What should happen? So you see, I've gone into Amicus. So what should happen is that there's a little plus by it. And if you click on the plus, you can then endorse them. That's what should happen.
Ah, okay.
Hey, there we go. Stop now.
Let's just have a look at Eliza again. I can't work out why yours. Oh, there we go. So sometimes just refreshing it sorts it out. So look, Eliza's has come back. So, oh, wow. So, oh yeah, there we go. Okay, it's just not cooperating. So what's happening now is all of us are helping each other's profiles become more obvious to LinkedIn, but also it's just making us look better. Okay, Joanne has just entered the room. She's part of my team as well. Joanne, would you just introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Joanne Reynolds. I've been working for Janet for just over a year and a half now. I'm head of customer happiness. So I just basically make sure all the clients are happy. And if there's any questions, queries you may have, I help answer them. And I also do quality assurance for all the work that Janet does.
All right, thank you, team. What we're just doing, Joanne, is we're endorsing people. So if you get the chance, while we do the rest of it, if you could please endorse everyone in the room for their top 3 skills, that would be really useful. Okay, everyone happy with how to do endorsements of skills and how to add skills and move skills around, or are there any questions on any of that? Okay, all right, thank you very much. So we're going to, we've got just a couple more bits to do. Right, I just want to tell you why I've introduced Saz and Joanne into the training. So they've both been on this training too, and they understand how it works, and they're part of my team. And one of the things that both Saz and Joanne and Eliza do is that they help me when I have posts by reacting and commenting on posts. And the more people react and comment on your posts, the higher up you go in terms of views on LinkedIn. And one of the reasons that we formed a WhatsApp group is after this training, especially after next week, we're going to form a little support group, and we're going to post. You can post as often as you want, but once a week, and it will be Tuesday, it will be the day that you did your LinkedIn training. Once a week, I want all of you to get in the habit of doing a post. Now, I'll go into this in a lot of detail next week, and we'll look at different sorts of posts. But the idea is, because we're a support group, I think all of us can probably manage 1 post a week. But if we all go to the trouble of reacting and commenting on each other's post, it means more people get to see us. So that's a good way of raising your exposure on LinkedIn. It doesn't involve a lot of activity, but if we all know that we're doing it and it works for us, then we can continue that. So they are here because they want to get to know a bit about you, and also it's important for you to know the team that's here as well. So I hope that's all right with everyone. but they're going to sit in just for the last half an hour or so. Okay. All right then. So let's continue. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go back into my profile again. We're going to look at recommendations. So we've done skills and endorsements. Recommendations are under skills and endorsements. Now I'm on a bit of a target. I want to get 100 recommendations on LinkedIn because recommendations are like the gold standard. You can endorse anybody for a skill. I know Amica does financial services. I know Morgan does personal fitness. I know that Kate does EFT. I nearly said it wrong. That's how well I know it. So I don't mind giving an endorsement for that. But what I will not do is give a recommendation to anyone unless I've actually worked with them. So recommendation is like a formal testimonial. And in fact, it's very sweet because Amica's got a recommendation she's done for me because we've worked together. But I've actually done one for her because Amica's sorted out my pension. So in the chat, can you just put how many recommendations have you got on LinkedIn at the moment? Just put the number that you've got. So Amica's got 4, Morgan's 0. Don't worry, Morgan, we are going to get you many more than 0. Eliza, no, that's a shocker. Okay.
Where do I look to get them?
Okay, so underneath the skills and endorsements that we've just done, under that is recommendations. You might not have any, I don't know. Let's have a look.
No, I haven't got any.
Okay, right. So any of you who are sitting there staring at a big fat 0, don't panic. Okay, so I work on this principle. If I give 2 recommendations, I tend to get 1 back. So don't be afraid to give recommendations, because what happens is, first of all, it makes someone somewhere really happy. But secondly, if they have worked with you, they are much more likely to give a recommendation. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to Eliza's profile because Eliza works with me as part of my team. So to give Eliza a recommendation, oh, she hasn't actually got any. Oh, she hasn't got any already. All right, I'll take that back. Let me go back to my profile again. Because what I want to do is give her a recommendation, but I can't because she hasn't got the category yet.
There's a bit on if you go to add profile section and you go to additional information, you can request a recommendation.
Yeah,
so she could request.
Actually, I want all of you to do that. If you've got 0 recommendations, yeah, you're quite right. Thank you. I want you to go here and add the profile section for recommendations. Now, it doesn't show up on mine because obviously I've got some. But all of you can do that right now. So this blue bar, it doesn't matter where you navigate to. Look, I'm scrolling up and down my profile. That blue bar is always on the top right. So Eliza, I'm quite interested. If you in particular could do this, I'll show you how to do a recommendation right now. So I've done one already for Amica. I've done one for Joanne. Have I done one for you, Saz?
No.
That's shocking. Okay, I'm going to do
Shocking.
one for Saz then. Shocking.
It's shocking.
You sound shocked.
No, I'm not.
That's even worse if you're not shocked.
You get round to it, Janet. I know that.
All right, you need to add, okay, recommendations. Okay, right, so I'm going to use Saz. Now, can you see here it says recommend Saz? I can only do this because I've worked with Saz. I'm not going to recommend anyone unless I've worked with them. So you literally click on it and this is what happens. Select relationship. So I manage Saz directly. Position at the time. Saz is head of customer communication at Tadpole Training. And then I write my recommendation here. I want to do a proper one for you, Saz. Okay. All right. Now, what you want to try and do is write something that's representative, but will also help that person, maybe if other people are looking at working with them. So okay, so I've written. Are you happy with that, Saz? Is that all right?
Yep.
Okay. Right. So I'm going to send that to her now. That's all you do. And she's actually got the option. If she doesn't like something I've written, she can ask for an amendment to it. So what I want you to do now, all of you, I want you to recommend someone that you've worked with, someone who's done a good job for you. So it could be someone who's helped you. It could be someone who you've used their services. I want all of you to recommend one person. And what did I do? I'll just remind you what I did. I went on to Saz's profile. So go to the profile of the person you want to recommend. You go down to the section that says recommendations. And that button that says recommend their name, you click on it. I'm going to give you 5 minutes now to recommend someone. I want all of you to recommend one person right now on the training. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes silence to think about that. Be nice to them. Explain why they are amazing. So I want you all to choose one person. And then after that, I'm going to show you how to ask for a recommendation so you actually get it.
So am I recommending someone in the Zoom call now?
No, because
Just
who
anyone.
have you worked with? You've just started working with me. Okay, you've been on the training today. I suppose that counts. But who has helped you? Have you got a mentor? Have you got someone you admire? Have you, oh, I don't know. It could be, you know, you've got a plumber to do your pipes. Were they really good? It could be you bought something from a shop and they were really good. Yeah, if you've got someone in the room that you've worked with, of course, recommend them. That's absolutely fine. But you must have worked with them, otherwise it doesn't count. Is anyone struggling with this part?
No, I think I've got mine. I'm going to do Jamie.
Yeah, perfect. Yes, I mean, Jamie would be the perfect person for you to recommend.
Yeah. I'm just doing it right now.
There you go. Cool. So Amica, obviously you're in BNI, so if there's someone in BNI you can think of, that would be useful. Eliza, maybe you've got someone in your team or someone that's helped you with tech or helped you set something up. Or I think your husband works in the same business as you. That's you can recommend your husband. You must know if he's any good. Joanne and Saz, you're obviously you're latecomers, but use this time. If there's someone you can think of that you should recommend, please do it. And then let me know when you've done it. Just do like a thumbs up sign. In fact, no, I cancel that. In the chat, when you've done it, can you just write the word done so that I know that you're ready? Oh no, I think we lost Morgan again. He's having a terrible time.
No, I'm here.
Are you? Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I'd lost you again. Good thing I wasn't rude to you. Okay, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
I don't know if my recommendation has gone through.
Okay, well, you won't know until they receive it, so don't worry.
Okay.
And at the very least, what is now going to happen is the person who receives it is going to go, oh, that nice person has just recommended me. And they'll probably look on your profile, or they'll maybe message you and say thank you. Oh, good, I can do that now.
Oh, thanks, Janet.
You're welcome. It didn't work before. I've done it already. I still can't do Eliza's though. All right, so I'm going to give you. Oh, I've done it. Okay, I'll just give you a couple more minutes. So remember, once you've done your recommendation and you've sent it, please put done in the chat so that I know. Oh yeah, Joanne's just made a very good point. Please, can you connect with her as well? Because you can't endorse people unless you're actually connected to them. And then she will endorse you. And because she's been on this training, she's got 3 things that are pinned as well. So if you're done, please would you endorse Saz and Joanne, and they will endorse you back. Caring, sharing.
You love that bit.
We do. Yeah, this is the nice part. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute.
Oh, I've connected with the wrong Amica.
You've done what?
I've connected with the wrong Amica.
Amica.
Amica, sorry.
Well, I bet the one you've got isn't as beautiful as this one.
No, she looks so different. I was like, hold on, I've done that bit wrong.
I need. I'm
Yeah,
trying
go
to.
on.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to connect with Saz, but I need to confirm her email. I think.
Oh, it's probably because you're a 3rd degree connection. Okay. So, Saz, can you tell him what your email is? Your LinkedIn email.
SWANO.
ANO.
Yeah. Alpha November Golf.
Is it this one here?
It is just here. So, but it's S. Can you see that?
Is it that one?
Yep. swinogomord@gmail.com.
Whoops. Hold on a sec. I've almost got it.
Suzanne Gordon Brown.
Long end.
What was that noise?
Was that Suzanne Gordon Brown ringing you?
Yeah.
There we go. Got it.
Sorry.
Okay, cool. All right then. So I'm going to assume that even though Kate is the only one who said done, are you all done? Does anyone need any longer?
No, it's all right.
All right. Well, let's move on then. So to finish, and you're doing very well. What I want to talk about now is how to position yourself as an expert. So there are several ways you can do that. One is to add a profile section. So remember this blue thing here. I'm just going to go down to the bottom of my profile, and underneath the recommendations, I've got this section here, which is accomplishments, and you can add accomplishments by going into this add profile section. You see here, there's accomplishments, and there's all sorts of things there. So if you speak another language, or if you've got a patent for something, or you've got an amazing test score in something, you can add it all here. I have stuck with what I've got, which is honours and awards, and I showed you some of the things I've been shortlisted for. Anything you've reached the final of, anything you've been shortlisted for, anything you won, put it in here.
Does that include judo tournaments from when I was 10?
Not in your case. Now, if Morgan had, yes, but not for you. I mean, look, I won a lot of stuff in the Pony Club, but that's not going on LinkedIn. But if it's relevant, yeah. Publications. Now, I'm in a fortunate position that I've written 3 books, so they're on here, but this is quite a comprehensive list, and most of it is not my actual books, although they're on here, but I wrote a regular article for a magazine. I've contributed to other people's books and magazines. It's all there. And some previous stuff I did when I ran the college with my late husband. So the sexually transmitted disease prevention thing, I wrote a lot of the content for that. Not the entire book, but I wrote the content and my name's on it. So publications make you look accomplished. Then courses. All of you must go on training. I bet, Kate, you must have so many courses you go on to be up to date with your stuff. Morgan, I'm certain that you're on a whole ton of things to make sure you're up to date with what's happening in your industry. Amica, for sure, you're because your sector is so heavily regulated, you must be going on training. David, you're probably experiencing quite a lot of training at the moment. Eliza, the things you know, you must have gone through a lot of, I'm guessing, online courses to teach you how to do certain things. So list what you've done. I recently did a course called Advancing Equality and Diversity, so I put it on there. I put all my good stuff on there. I'm doing a mindset course at the moment. As soon as I finish that, that's going to go on there. So put things that you think that you've done. And also organisations down the bottom. These are places I volunteered at. In fact, that's a bit out of date now because the Starksfield Primary School is stuff that I did with my kids. But anything like that, put it on there because it makes you look like a well-rounded person. So you don't have to do that now, but I would encourage all of you to try and put as many accomplishments as you can on there. Because what you want is for people to look at it and go, wow, I'm actually quite a regular person, but even I'm impressed with my accomplishments bit. I think I look really good. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to impress people that you're the go-to person in your industry. So does that make sense? Is everyone happy with that bit? And you just literally, you can add them by clicking on the plus or add profile section like I just showed you. Any questions on that? Okay. All right. So the final bit I want to go through with you is this bit here. See where it says featured. Now I know that a lot of you probably haven't put any posts up yet, or if you do, it's very infrequent. But this is a great way of adding a bit of colour to what you do, and it's a way of you showcasing your best stuff. So if it will allow me, I can add something here. Right, so I'm going to try and add the post I put up there today. I don't know if it will work. And the reason I'm hesitating, oh, yeah, okay. That was very easy. Did you see what I just did? It came up quicker than I expected. So I've just pressed the plus, and LinkedIn has suggested my most recent post, which is what I wanted to put up there. And it's this. It's the post I put up this morning. It's the one that you shared, Kate.
Yes, it's very good.
Thank you. It's that one.
Highly recommend it.
Thank you. I will send you that $5. So I'm going to say that I want that to be featured. So I'm just going to click done. I'm going to refresh because LinkedIn is a bit laggy, as I just said. And now that is there up there in my corporate colours, looking very consistent with the other things I've put up there. And that's how you can add a little bit of colour and a little bit of interest to your profile. All right. Oh, I know, I forgot to do something. I do apologise. So I'm going back to recommendations here. So you've given a recommendation. I'd like you to now ask someone to give you a recommendation. This will be the final thing we do today. So I want you to ask someone for a recommendation. So
I've
what
actually just got one back from Jamie. So.
have you already?
Yeah.
And are you happy with it? Have you
Yeah, it looks
accepted
great.
it?
It's brilliant.
Right,
Wow.
let's we've got to look at this. This is life in the present. So David, he's got a recommendation. Look at this. Hey. Now, doesn't that make you feel nice, David?
Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't expect that, did you? Well done. Oh, I do like that. Okay. So what you can do then, I want all of you now to have a think, who can you ask for a recommendation? So this is someone you have done work for. Someone you've done work for.
Can you ask for Can you ask someone to review their recommendation that they've done in the past?
Only if you haven't accepted it yet.
Oh.
In which case, the best thing to do is delete it and ask them to do it again from scratch. So I've got a pending recommendation here, and I'll show you it. I don't like it much because it's a little bit vague. But it's nice. But I've asked for a revision and he hasn't done it. In fact, I'm going to ask for it again. So, hi, David. Would you please revise your recommendation for me? Specifically, could you change? So I can select whatever I want. I'll look at it later, but he hasn't been very specific. So that's why I haven't accepted that. But yeah, you can ask for a change. So here, who's bought something from you? Who's used your goods or your services? I want you to ask them for a recommendation. So I'd like you to all do one of those, and then we can finish the session for today. So let me know when you've done it by putting either done or yes in the chat. So think of someone who's used you, think of someone you know you've done a good job for them or that they were really happy. If you haven't had many customers yet, maybe you did a free session for someone. Just ask them to give you a recommendation for that free session. If you're one of the people in the room who's from BNI, they should be really cooperative about giving you a recommendation. So don't be afraid to reach out to them. Hey, there you go. I like that bit of cooperation going on there. Well done, Amika. I mean, Morgan, I would definitely ask Gary to do one for you. He's the obvious person.
Yeah, I thought I was connected to Gary, but I'm not currently. So once he's
okay, well, you
connected,
definitely need to do that. Yeah, Gary's really good on stuff like that. Eliza, I would definitely ask Clara. Kate, have you got some clients that you can ask?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, look, she's going for it. There's going to be like 20 requests going out from Kate. She's not messing around. Okay, well done, Eliza. Okay, David's got one. All right. And Joanne and Saz, it's always a useful exercise if you've got someone too. Okay. Right. I think that's probably enough for all of you. So just a quick reminder, you've got 2 things to do for your homework. You've got to finalise your about section on your profile, because there was quite a lot of work to do just within one class today. And I want all of you to add some accomplishments. And that's the homework. So thank you very much for hanging on in there. I'm just going to go around the room and I want each of you to just share one thing that you really enjoyed about the training today, or one thing that was like really useful for you. And then you'll be delighted to know that's it. So I'm actually going to start, ironically, with Saz and with Joanne. The reason being that they've done this course before. So could you share, please, with the group what you got out of doing the training? Because obviously you've done the second week as well. So what was the most useful thing you got out of the LinkedIn training, bearing in mind you've had a little bit of time to see what did work the best? Saz, would you mind going first, please?
Absolutely. Well, before I actually did the LinkedIn training with Janet, I didn't like LinkedIn. I was very fearful of LinkedIn. It always came across too pro for me. So after I actually engaged in the course with Janet, I found it to be very streamlined. I found it a lot easier. And reaching out and asking for recommendations and other things that you presumably will learn in over the due course, you'll find it a lot more easier, because you'll have a better understanding of how LinkedIn actually works.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Joanne, would you please share what you got from it?
Okay, so when I first started LinkedIn with Janet, I was quite shy. Mine was a bit basic, but I think Janet pushes you to be a bit more open, to be a bit more braver. I think there's always things that you can learn from Janet watching the videos. Yeah, I had to post. I didn't want to post, and I would send in my post before I put it out there because I was a bit scared. But coming on the LinkedIn again today, I thought, no, I wouldn't be able to learn anything. But I learned more about the featured, which is quite surprising. So even though you've done one of Janet's courses, it's always worth keeping in touch, engaging, and then finding out more about what else she does.
Oh, thank you, Joanne. Looks like I've got to send you a fiver too. It's turning out to be quite expensive. Okay, thank you. Kate, what's been your sort of best bit of today?
Yeah, you know what? Well, all of it's been great actually, but the bit at the beginning, especially about the headline and how to do the about section and the experience and how that, what you should actually put in them, and it's not about you, it's about them. Yeah, very useful.
Thank you. Morgan, how about you?
I'll be honest, when I first signed up for LinkedIn, I was using it as a place to look for a job, stuff like that. But obviously after seeing what you use LinkedIn for and how it's helped you massively, obviously I wanted to get involved in that and try and change my whole LinkedIn profile. But when I did start up and signed up to it, I never knew what to put in my about section. And I was, because for me personally, I've never been one to write about myself or describe myself. I'm not very good at it. So for me now to just know that instead of writing about me, I have to write about the person that I'm looking for, it's a lot easier. And now I can use your template or structure and actually structure it how it needs to be.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm really pleased for you. Good. Okay, David.
Yeah, I think LinkedIn in general is a bit overlooked in the marketing world, even though it is a very useful tool. And yeah, I think the session has really helped me with being able to market myself to other businesses, and to other potential clients. Absolutely.
Good. I'm really pleased. Eliza.
Yeah, for me at first, I don't have any interest in LinkedIn until Janet always told me, "Oh, you should come and join this webinar." So I did join, and right now I am just very amazed how important LinkedIn is. And I do enjoy what we did about the banner, the picture, the header, and all. It's very informative. So thank you so much, Janet.
Well, you're so welcome. I'm really pleased you could come. Thank you. And Amika, who wasn't even sure she wanted to come.
Hi guys. Yeah, no, I wasn't sure I wanted to come because my LinkedIn I thought was fairly okay.
Ever so sorry, Amika. I think your sound's a bit backwards and forwards. Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's lovely. Would you just repeat what you said?
Yeah, so I was saying, I didn't think I needed this bit of the course, but I thought my profile was, okay, and I've done a session with you actually, and done a few of the sessions, but it's always nice to refresh it. And I feel like my LinkedIn reflects my personality more now, rather than just a very boxy profile.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you. Okay. Well done, everyone. I know it was an intensive 3 hours, so particularly congratulations for not falling off a cliff at the end of it. So this is what will happen now. This recording, I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. So I will send you a link in the WhatsApp group. What I would like you to do is use that WhatsApp group. So if you have any questions, if you have any queries, or you're not quite sure where to find something, post in there. And then next week, as I say, when we're going to be doing actual posting on LinkedIn and articles and things like that, we're going to support each other through that group. So your go-to place at the moment is the group. I'll be checking it every day. Joanne and Saz will also be jumping on from time to time. So anything you want to ask, you're very welcome. If you want to say, oh, I finished my about section, please will you check it out? Pop a link to your profile in there, and then we can click straight onto it. But it just remains for me to say thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you next week. Have a lovely day, and any questions, get in touch. And thank you, everyone, for coming along today. Take care.
Thank you, Janet.
Thanks very much,
Thank you,
Janet.
Okay, then.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Janet. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.